and welcome to another episode of Lifestyle Unlimited. And I am so excited today to introduce Miss Kristen. Hey, Miss Kristen, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. So if you would introduce yourself and let everybody know who you are, a little bit about yourself.
Hi, I'm Kristen C. I am a real estate agent with EXP. I'm on the Christina Capo-Moore team.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. That's awesome. So how long have you been in the business?
Oh, not long. I got in April, so just a few months.
Are you loving it?
I love it.
Do you?
I do love it.
Well, what were you doing before you decided to take the big leap of faith?
Family business. So my parents started a brokerage company early 2000s, like 2004, I believe. So that's when I graduated. Mm-hmm. So we kind of naturally joined the family business.
That's funny. You know what's funny to me, because I have a daughter who's 19. Whenever you first graduated, did you want to do what your parents did? Or did it gradually come to you later?
Later. So I started, my dad, he went to a poultry company, a plant in Gainesville. And so I actually started over there as a receptionist and was like, I want to do my own thing. So I went out and did a few things, just trying to find my way, and then came back in 2009.
Yeah. So what is it about being, like, why did you say, you know what, I want to be, not just because of your dad, but there had to be some sort of, like, special reason where you're like, man, I really want to be a real estate agent. Like, why did you make that decision?
I always loved real estate. I can remember career day at school. There was an agent that came to school, and she talked about it, and I'm like, oh, I love that, but I don't know why I never pursued it. I would catch myself throughout the years once Zillow came out, just always on Zillow. That's what my free time was, and it's what motivates people. I think pain motivated me when I lost my dad. Sorry.
No, please.
I lost myself a little bit. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
I think nerves kind of make your emotions a little harder to control. And so pain and just trying to figure out, like, what my identity was, who I was. So I think God called me, and I know that's silly to say, why would God call you to be a real estate agent? But
I think He calls us to do all sorts of things.
And so it was I just had this calling. It's like that's where my mind went. That's what I was like, this is what I'm supposed to do. And so I signed up for the test 3 times, or the course, the online course. Signed up 3 times.
Did you?
And finally finished it. So I finished it February of this year and took my test in April.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And like, going back to that, I don't want you to feel bad about that. It was the reason why I became an entrepreneur or went into my business for myself was because some extreme things happened. And like it's sometimes in life there's a shock. Do you know what I mean? Like, you have to be broken all the way down to really reach your full potential. And I do believe that, God has a lot to do with that, right? It's like, you know what, Kristen, I know you got all of this in you. You're not realizing your full potential.
Yeah.
This is the way it's going to be.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think it's a beautiful story. What do you think, like, that real estate's going to allow you to do? Because I know you're fairly new, and that's okay, because you've already had success. And because I was talking to you a little bit before, and you were talking about all the listings and things that you had. You guys got to realize that most real estate agents don't even have one deal done their first year. So what you're doing and what you've done in this short amount of time is incredible.
Thank you.
I mean, you've already closed more deals than the average real estate agent in America.
Well, thank you.
I mean, I think the average real estate agent closes 1.5 deals per all calendar year.
Yeah.
So you're obviously meant to do this.
Yes, thank you. I really love it. I love my community. I want to help my community. I want to provide just knowledge. There's so much, even though I followed real estate, that I just didn't know. I want to invest. I want my license in multiple states. I want to help people buy. I want to create generational wealth for people. I want to like teach people you can buy this vacation home and you can rent it out and it can pay your mortgage. You don't have to.
Yeah.
You don't have to pay with it in cash. I always thought I had to have this mass amount of cash to even start. And I'm learning that's not how people start.
No. It's taking somebody else's money,
Yeah.
right? And then compounding that. Like, for instance, let's say you've got a $400,000 vacation home. I don't know. Not Santa Rosa, because they're definitely not 400,000. Maybe closer to like Panama City, right? Panama City Beach. We're just happen to be close to that area. And your mortgage payment's what, $2,400 a month on something like that. Like, explain to them and let's so that they understand, because it's an easy concept, but it wasn't even easy for you to learn. You
Right.
found this later on in life, so
Yeah.
break that down. Like, what could somebody do?
So if you buy this home or you want this home and you just put it on Vrbo or Airbnb, and that pays your payment, and it creates tax benefits. It just opens this whole door of just a revenue for you while it's increasing in value, because it's the beach. It's not going to go down no matter what the news says. You know, it will continue to grow in value. I've witnessed it in this little community that I followed for several years, since 2008 actually. And
Well, what community is it?
Venture Out in Panama.
Oh,
City.
yeah.
So my
Uh-huh.
parents bought in there in 2008, and when everything was crashing, and they don't rent it out. It was just a private home that they wanted, and houses in there were low twos. They might have got down. Some went for $80,000, $100,000.
Wow, that's crazy to think of now.
And now they're $500,000, $600,000 in this little community, and it's just wild to see it growing. Something else I've learned about is AirDNA, where you can pick a city and it tells you your potential revenue, what you can make. So if your mortgage payment is like $3,000, but you can make $7,000, $8,000 a month, which is minimum. I think you can make a lot more than that at the beach. But
Well, the cool thing about that is it's not just the cash flow every month, right? So number one, you've borrowed somebody else's money, right? And
Yeah.
they're saying to you as a commitment, it's $3,000 a month. This is what you've got to pay, right? You're turning around and renting that out to like a vacation goer through Airbnb, VRBO, something like that, or maybe a property management company that specializes in that. So you could be making $3,000 to $4,000 extra a month,
Right.
which is a great side hustle,
yeah.
right? Plus the appreciation in the property.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just from 2008 till now to 2020, think about that. They were buying properties at $80,000 that are now worth $600,000. That is like, I don't know, maybe 500% appreciation. And there's not many stocks or anything like that can gain that much appreciation. That's so
No.
cool.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, as we're, talking about that, so, if someone's in that area, are you licensed in Florida right now?
Yes, I am.
Oh, awesome. So, like that area is called what, the 30A?
Yeah,
The
30A.
Emerald Coast. Guys, you have got to give her a call in this area. She probably knows that area all the way from there, all the way to Destin, Orange Beach,
Pensacola, yeah.
Pensacola. I mean, and they've got to get in touch with you,
Yes.
in those areas, because knowing these areas, understanding how they appreciate and value is incredible.
Yes. It's been crazy watching it, and just sitting on the sidelines, just watching it happen, because I was too scared. I was too scared to jump in, and I'm just like, kicking myself. But it's never too late to start. You just got to start.
It's not. It's funny that you say that. You know how like you always think like in life, you're like, geez, I wished I would have did this, like Bitcoin, for instance, right?
Yeah.
So I started investing in cryptocurrencies, right? But I waited too late.
Right.
Like I wasn't like getting the gains, but like had I listened to somebody 7-8 years ago, right? Then obviously I'd be a multimillionaire just with cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
But it's funny that you said that. You said you've got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are like, I've already missed the boat, right? The thing is, though, that people need to realize is there's lots of boats. and you've got to jump on a boat somewhere, right?
Yes, and the age-old saying, they're not making any more land. So it doesn't matter when you start. It's once you own it, you own it. You know, you just pay the taxes, pay your payment, and whenever you reach the end, you get your title and it's yours, and you pass it to your kids. You can
Absolutely. Place it into a trust. Have the trust invest in properties. There's many things you could do there. So let's see. What is the main reason that somebody would, let's say there's lots of real estate agents, right, out there, lots of real estate brokers. And this is coming from somebody who is not a real estate agent or a broker. There is a big difference between who you choose in this business and who you don't. It is a difference between you finding your dream home. It's a difference between you getting maximum dollars on, let's say, the sale of your property. Why, you know, obviously you're here through multiple reasons. Why should somebody say, you know what, when I make this decision, I'm going to go with Kristen?
You know, I truly will have their best interest at heart. I don't care if it's a $50,000 home they're looking for or $5 million. I'm not in it for that. I'm in it truly for my community. I want it to continue to be a better place to live. And I will do everything I can to make sure they get what they want, whether that be a certain price for what they're selling for or the perfect home. And no matter how long that takes.
You have literally the best answer, and let me tell you why. So as an investor, I don't necessarily work with beautiful houses. Do you know what I'm saying? So I buy real estate all over the United States. You wouldn't believe how hard it is to find somebody to work with that said one thing like that you just said. And you said, I will work with whatever property, it's more about the people, right? Because like I've tried to like sell properties. I'm like, listen, I've given you a listing, and they're like, oh, but it needs to be staged. It needs to be this. And that's really a misconception in this world. You're going to give the same exact service to somebody that has got a sales price here or got a sales price here. Right? And that's beautiful, you know, because you shouldn't really treat them the same. I do have one question for you, because this always comes up, and this is my opinion of it, is discounting yourself to get business. Here's my opinion. So in the investor world, you'll hear a lot of people say, okay, I'm going to go with a real estate agent because they're going to give me a 1% commission or a 2% commission. And here's my opinion. I never ask for discounts on my commissions, because to me, if somebody's willing to discount themselves, then they're not going to negotiate my deal correctly. Do you know what I mean? Because they're going to be too easy to discount that. How do you feel about that?
I kind of disagree, and I'll say that on my current listing. I discounted my commission, not the buyer's commission. So it was a 5%, and I'm taking 2, and whoever brings the buyer gets 3. Sorry.
It's okay.
And I don't really have a reason why I did, you know, I wanted to take it for myself versus the buyer representative. But I did nothing different. I still took the best photos, you know, with the photographer around, and have marketed it just the same.
That is so good. You know, in two, when you're working with a client, it's not just about this one listing. It's about referrals. In this business, referrals are king. Right? So the more referrals you get, the better your business, better your business grows.
Right.
You know, our show is called Lifestyle Unlimited, and you said a lot of things today that makes me realize that you do not have an unlimited mindset. You know, like you're talking about the investing and the getting your license in Florida and Georgia. If you could speak to somebody right now about living that lifestyle unlimited, I'm not talking about like owning a Ferrari or something like that. It's more like, for me, it's about being a mother. It's about being a grandmother that has the ability to have the lifestyle that I want.
Yeah.
If somebody is listening to this and they're like, God, you know what? I'm scared to become a real estate agent because I've sort of always wanted to do this, but I'm scared. I mean, what would your advice be? I mean, you tried to do it 3 times.
Right.
There had to be some limited beliefs there.
Yeah, it's not easy to become a real estate agent. They make it pretty difficult. It's a 75-hour course, and then it's a pretty hard test. But you can do it. It's not out of reach. And if it's your goal, if it's your dream, then they make it so easy to do it. It's online. You don't have to go sit in a classroom. It's a matter of doing it, putting your mind to it and doing it.
I love it. I love it, Kristen. And I cannot wait to just, to see you grow, I'm going to see your face on a billboard in Dawsonville by next year. I guarantee you.
Oh, you don't have to wait.
I don't?
I'm on a billboard now.
Where at?
Kendra Charles in downtown Dawsonville.
Okay, well, then, it must have just been the world there. I need to drive over there. Well, congratulations. Well, I'm excited to see, you guys grow as a team. It has been an absolute pleasure to speak with you today. Thank you for being on our show here for
Thank you.
Lifestyle Unlimited. Live an unlimited life.